Well, we are officially in the midst of Gamescom week, and we have so much news dropping every single minute, from brand new game reveals, Game Pass drops, and so much more. Today, I will be covering 16 games that have been newly announced for your Xbox consoles, with some also being available on Xbox Game Pass. With that though, my name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation. Make sure you're subscribed to keep up to date with all things Xbox, especially through this Gamescom week, and let's dive right into it. Kicking things off with a treat for Xbox Game Pass players, the Rogue Prince of Persia is live and ready to play right now. Originally released all the way back in May of last year, the game remains in early access over on Steam, where it already earned a glowing, very positive reception. This isn't your average roguelike though, it's a slick 2D action platformer that does blend the acrobatics and swordplay that fans love from the Prince of Persia series, but with fast and dynamic combat. You'll be chaining together wall runs, dodges, stomps, and devastating kicks into seamless combos, carving a path through swarms of enemies while exploring tricky, trap-filled environments. The flow system does keep things pretty fluid as well, letting you improvise on the fly as you'll be leaping between platforming and also battles. Whether you want to try this game for its challenge or this stylish combat, this one is a must try, and the best part is playable right now with your Game Pass subscription. We have another game that is available right now on Xbox as of today, and it's the massive JRPG hit known as Triangle Strategy. Originally a Nintendo Switch exclusive, this critically acclaimed title from Square Enix blends deep turn-based strategy with a gripping choice-driven narrative. This is set in a war-torn land of Nozelia, where you'll command a band of heroes locked in a struggle for survival, where every decision on and off the battlefield will also shape your journey along the way. Combat is also equally layered here, rewarding clever positioning, terrain advantage, and also tactical foresight. With its stunning HD 2D visuals, its sweeping orchestral score and branching storylines, Triangle Strategy looks to offer a rich experience for fans of both Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics. The best part though, you can dive into this one on your Xbox consoles right now. One of the biggest reveals during opening night live was Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and there's already a lot to unpack with this one. The game does take place in the year 2035, and the world is teetering on the edge of chaos. The chaos is front and center though in this story campaign that can be played either solo or with up to 4 players in online co-op, and that's something you don't see often in this series today. Naturally, both multiplayer and zombies do return, though this time online PvP seems to be the main focus. At launch, Black Ops 7 will feature 18 multiplayer maps, including a few remakes of classic favorites. According to the Xbox Store listing, pre-orders and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members will get early access to the beta starting on the 2nd of October, with the beta then opening up to everyone else on the 5th of October. So, what's your take on Black Ops 7 so far? Do share your thoughts on it in the comments below, and I will be following this one up on a video very soon. Well, as you may be aware, I'm a big lover of strategy titles, so this next announcement that we did receive today has me incredibly excited. Tropico 7 was finally revealed with a pretty short CGI trailer, and it did introduce us again to El Presidente and his plans to make a Tropico like never before. If you are wondering though, this is coming sometime in 2026, and a massive bonus is that it will be coming day one onto Xbox Game Pass. We don't have any other details really about this game at the moment, but I will come back with more when those details do drop. One game that I'm now incredibly hyped for after seeing the reveal during the opening night live yesterday is for Valor Mortis, and this one is looking utterly insane. I will say it's right out the gate, but this one is a Souls-like, and I know many of you will give out a big sigh. However, the Napoleonic era, along with the fact that this is coming from the Ghost Runner devs, has me incredibly excited. In this story, you take control of William, a soldier of the Grand Army brought back from a battlefield grave. However, the Europe you now awaken to is not the one that you sacrificed for. Essentially, a mysterious plague has now swept through the continent, and you've been reborn with its corrupting power pulsing through your veins. Valor Mortis is currently targeting an Xbox release in 2026, and if you're interested in this first-person Souls-like game, then you can sign up and take part in a pre-alpha playtest over on PC right now. The games industry in China is currently booming right now, and Swords of Legends looks to be another promising project right out that region. Revealed during opening night live, this is actually a new entry in a series dating back 15 years ago. However, this is the first Western release in the Guzhan franchise, and you can actually see the debut trailer on screen right now. now. To give you some insight though, this is basically a single player action RPG built on Unreal Engine 5, and it does draw inspiration from Chinese literature and folklore. It's part of a pre-existing series, as I did mention, but it has been designed to be playable standalone. Off the back of games like Black Myth Wukong and its huge success, more Chinese games are certainly being localized at this point for Western audiences. I am kind of keen to see what China can bring to the table with these great looking experiences. The fact that we're getting a Lords of the Fallen sequel is just so bloody wonderful to see, and seeing that massive 2 being lit up at the end of this trailer was such a sight to behold. We have yet to see any gameplay for this newest entry, but the devs have made me aware that this will be shown off by the end of this year. All we know so far is that this one takes place more than 100 years after the first game and shows a brutal showdown with the world's malevolent gods. It is up for wishlist currently on the Xbox store right now, and honestly I can't wait to see more. LEGO have really been known for making some cracking titles over the years, and I've yet to find one gamer out there who hasn't experienced one of these games or really doesn't like them. They're so widely loved, and we haven't heard anything out of TT Games until opening night live. Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is their next LEGO game, and it seems to be hitting all of the right notes from the get-go. To give you some more details though, it's essentially a brand new open world action adventure game where we'll be invited to embark on Bruce Wayne's epic journey to become the hero of Gotham City. The devs have stated that this is inspired by decades of Batman films, television, comic books and games, and it's jam-packed with tons of Batman nostalgia and of course the LEGO humour we know and love. I have no doubt we'll see more this week in terms of its gameplay, so definitely make sure you'll stay tuned to the channel to hear more soon. Well, I was extremely impressed by this next showing. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando looks bloody incredible in a new trailer that dropped yesterday, and in all honesty, it's giving the impression that it might be one of the best zombie games when it arrives onto our Xbox consoles. This really is bringing a ton of pulpy energy and buckets of zombie viscera, and also looks like it should serve Left 4 Dead fans pretty well. It looks like you'll be able to group up with your friends and engage in first-person horde blasting action, both on foot and also in vehicles. The game will also be powered by Saber's Swarm engine, which has also been put to use for World War Z Aftermath and the recent release of Warhammer Space Marine 2. In other words, you can expect lots of enemies on your screen at one time. At the moment, this game is set to release in early 2026 on both of the Xbox Series consoles, and I'm really excited to dive into this one. We also know that Saber is behind titles like SnowRunner, Expeditions and also Roadcraft, and I kind of presume it's the same team handling their next game, which is called Road Kings. We didn't get too much out of a CGI trailer, but the premise does seem to be a pretty unique one to say the least. Out the gate, the game has you progressing from a rookie driver to a seasoned pro with their own haulage empire in the American South. As mentioned, no gameplay was shown in this trailer, but it does sound like you'll be performing delivery drives, managing your own business, and then competing with different rivals, as well as battling the elements. I do have to say, Saber have an extremely strong track record with making some brilliant vehicular-based games, so I am really looking forward to seeing more on this in the near future. If you wanted some more action from the Black Myth universe, now that Wukong is available on your Xbox consoles, then you're certainly in luck. Developer Game Science did bring us a cool new reveal last night of Black Myth Zhong, and yes, this upcoming game will be heading to Xbox day one this time. Of course, Black Myth Zhong is still in early development, so there is kind of little to go on at this moment in time, but it is a whole new entry in the Black Myth series, and it looks to delve into the Chinese folklore figure known as Zhong. The team does say that this will be a single-player action RPG similar to Black Myth, but Game Science is exploring and experimenting with concrete differences between both games. Have you managed to try out Black Myth Wukong on your Xbox since its launch today? I am keen to hear your thoughts on this announcement down in the comments below. Out of absolutely nowhere, it has now been confirmed that PowerWash Simulator 2 is coming to Xbox Game Pass. FutureLab confirmed that the sequel will join the subscription service this fall in a brand new trailer, which I'm actually showing you on screen now. In PowerWash Simulator 2, you will have the fresh campaign to play through, where you'll be able to scrub up more of Munchingham's mysteries. You can expect new locations, new multi-stage jobs that you can lock further areas as you clean, a range of new tools, including an all-new abseiling rig and cherry picker, and this time around, you'll have a home base as well, which you can then decorate with your own trinkets and furniture that you collect along your power washing journey. I was actually lucky enough to be invited to an exclusive preview of this game, so do expect a further video about this one later on this week. Are you craving something new? Well, Beastro serves up a fantasy adventure where you're saving the world and it starts in the kitchen. Instead of swords, you'll be wielding spoons, spices and skills to protect the village of Palopuri from the darkness lurking between its walls. You basically in this one play as Panko, a young chef suddenly left in charge of a local eatery after his mentor disappears. But this one isn't just any restaurant. It does provide the meals that empower the caretakers, and these are heroes that are tasked with defending the land from ravenous monsters. Every dish you craft really does matter, fueling both community and also combat. It looks to blend cozy cooking with RPG storytelling, and in that case it makes Beastro look pretty charming, flavourable, and unlike anything else I've seen before. Best of all, it is indeed coming to Xbox Game Pass sometime in 2026. It seems like Rematch will soon have some competition. Freestyle Football 2 is coming to Xbox Game Pass in Q2 of 2026, and it's offering a high-intensity 5 vs 5 co-op football experience on both your Xbox Series consoles. Freestyle Football 2 is described by publisher Joy City as a co-op football game that looks to blend speed and strategy of real football with the personality-driven gameplay that the game's already known for. This game looks to be all about teamwork, coordination, and tactical depth, with us all controlling a single character in online matches. At launch, the devs have confirmed there will be 12 different characters for us to pick from, each with their own unique skills that can shape the way that you do play. Interestingly, Freestyle Football 2 also has a single player story mode, which is about 10 to 20 hours long and will delve deeper into each character's backstory. While Freestyle Football 2 does offer a slight spin on Rematch with its characters and special abilities, it will be interesting to see how both games stack up against each other on Xbox Game Pass next year. I've got a little update for you on Half-Life 2, and unfortunately this game is not coming out in winter of 2025 anymore. Instead, it has now been announced that Half-Life 2's release date is now the 13th of February in 2026, but it will still be available day one on Xbox Game Pass as it was planned to do so. To tide us over until this new release date though, the team over at Squanch Games have given us an even deeper look at gameplay with a whopping 42 minutes. So far, the gameplay looks what you kind of expect from this Half-Life universe, but it looks so much more expanded in terms of its visual fidelity and what we'll be experiencing in the brand new worlds. Don't be surprised as well if the sequel does break the records of the first game, and I will have more to tell you and show you very, very soon. So, what game announcement and update looks incredibly exciting to you? You'll have to let me know in the comments below. Do let me know down below as well if you want to see me covering a video of the Asus ROG Ally, as we now have tons more details, and I want to see if you're curious about this brand new handheld. Whilst here though, like the video and do subscribe for more Xbox content every day, and check out the video on screen now, as I did cover the brand new Game Pass games coming to us for the remainder of August and beyond.